I'm Doug Cunnington. I'm from Niche Site Project. I'm sitting with Jim.
How you doing?
We're going to talk about running a scholarship campaign. So in the last year or two, these scholarship campaigns have gotten like super popular. You know, we'll talk about the pros and cons and just sort of how to do it in general. Jim, have you done one of these scholarship campaigns?
Never. I haven't ever tried one. I've kind of looked around a little bit, and I just, after you and I have talked about, getting the EDU backlinks are nice. They're harder to get, so maybe they're viewed with a little more authority. Like you said, I showed you a site a while back, where it was, I forget which college it was, but I mean, it was everybody from attorneys and different niche sites. I mean, it was just their scholarship page had thousands and thousands of entries. It was interesting.
Cool.
I've never tried one, no.
Okay. The thing with the scholarship is you actually have to pay the scholarship. So a lot of times people won't try this when they're first launching a site. I know personally I heard about the scholarship campaign as soon as I got into SEO, and I thought, well, number one, no one's going to link to my site because it's just a niche affiliate site, and it's pretty clear that that's the case. So that was one problem. The other is I thought, hey, I don't want to pay, thousands of dollars to a student. Yeah. I don't want to help some college student out to go to school. I just want to keep the money for myself. So I was hesitant about the money, but at the time, I wasn't confident that it was going to be a positive ROI situation. Okay. So fast forward years later, last year I tested this scholarship campaign stuff a little bit, and there's a few parts to it, and I'll describe that in a second, but I tried it out and it actually worked pretty well. I've awarded 2 scholarships. I haven't mentioned it much because I tested it some around the same time that a few other internet marketers were publishing big stories about how they used the scholarship technique. At the time, it was such a popular thing. I was like, I don't want to recommend that people get into it. A lot of people that I work with are pretty new. Their sites are new. They don't actually have the revenue to invest $1,000 or $500 into it. So I guess that's sort of my take, and I think it can work. And I think EDUs, if you have those backlinks, it can be a valuable piece, just a piece of your backlink profile. You end up with all sorts of links on those pages, and there's sometimes hundreds or thousands of links to just random sites. And I believe at some point, once a certain marketing and link building mechanism get abused, they cease to be as effective. So I think that's the reason why I haven't shot one of these videos. So do you have any thoughts on that before we get into the nuts and bolts of it all?
Not really. I mean, I kind of agree with everything you said off the bat. It is hard to kind of cough up the $500 or $1,000, whatever your scholarship is. And it's just more legwork. You have to manage that piece of it, right? You've got to do outreach and find people who want to accept your scholarship, and then you have to make your little scholarship page and manage that and award the stuff. So it is a whole nother ball of wax that you have to learn and kind of manage along the route. So I mean, there's enough to do already with niche sites. I'll pile something else on top.
Basically, here's what you do. The easiest way is to go find some scholarship pages that have a lot of listings, which it shouldn't be too hard. There's different footprints that you could look for. You can basically go to a school's, their website, find the financial aid and find the scholarship page, and then you'll see a bunch of sites listed. Next, you look for niche sites that are offering scholarships. It should be pretty easy to see which ones those are. Again, you will see stuff for plumbers in, Milwaukee are giving a scholarship. Those are places you can find too. So local businesses will have it. You see some really weird scholarships from websites that, you wouldn't think they would care at all about giving a scholarship. Right. And it is purely, I'm sure they hired an SEO agency to go build these links for them. So anyway, you find a page with those scholarships on different sites, and then you take one of those sites, you find their scholarship page, and then you put that into Ahrefs or Majestic or your backlink tool of choice. You find all of the edu sites that are linking to that scholarship page. And then you know that they accept scholarships from websites through random outreach, which is the mechanism that we use.
Right.
So, and then once you're on another page, you can pick another one of the several dozen or hundreds of websites that offer scholarships and then do the same thing. So you can, see that this works out really well. Because you could just continue to go back further and further into the backlink profile of different scholarship pages.
Right.
And you'll have hundreds and hundreds of schools that accept those. The next part gets a little tricky, right? Because how do you actually reach out to them? Like, how do you find their contact info? Blah, blah, blah. So the way I did it was I hired people on Upwork to go and find the email address for each of the schools. So pretty simple. I can share the actual template that I use for the job listing, which was basically, I need someone to do research to get contact info on these websites. I provide a list and then you provide the email address. So pretty simple. And I think I paid about $7 per 100 schools that were listed. Oh, yeah. So pretty cheap. I think I got a few hundred. So it's a less than a $50 investment to actually get these emails. Then after you get the email address, you send them emails. I used a program called YAMM. It's yet another mail merge app, and it's a Google Chrome extension, Google Docs extension. It works with Sheets and Gmail. You can send 50 emails a day for free, which is great. And if you pay for it, you could send like 400. But I would suggest you just send 40 or 50 per day, because you want to learn something each time you send the emails.
Sure.
If you send out 400 and there's some typo and you made a dumb mistake, we just burned your whole list.
Right.
That's dumb. So send like 40 or 50 each day, and then you'll learn something each time you send something.
Right.
You'll get some feedback, or you won't get any feedback, and you can adjust the emails after that.
Sure.
There is the aspect of actually like having the scholarship listing on your page. Again, that's straightforward. Also, typically you're going to want to have an essay type situation. Then you can actually publish the article when it's done. And on that scholarship page, you'll want to make sure you link to the one page. Keep it simple. One or two pages. Okay, one or two pages that you want to like rank and pass the link juice from the scholarship page over to your actual like money page, your money making affiliate post. And that's pretty much it.
Would you say conversion rate would be higher? Like, I know you and I chatted briefly maybe a week ago about, more of the high touch stuff. Like, if you were actually to call the scholarship office and talk to somebody on the phone, would you say your conversion rate would be a little bit better?
I don't know. The conversion rate would be different.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better or not. When you work offline for a second, a lot of people won't work offline and make the phone call. I think you'd be able to hit schools that other people wouldn't be able to get into. So it's hard to say, and it depends, because of course when you're actually calling, you're going to not be able to do as many. I mean, if you call 40 in a day, yeah. If you have the ability, it'd be interesting to test.
Sure.
So
then what about like, maybe I run a dog collar niche site and I want to start a scholarship. Can you just start a basic general scholarship, or do you really want to try and fit in? Are you going to get more acceptance if you just like, oh, it's for a veterinary school or a vet tech school or something? Do you want to stick in the same niche as your niche site?
I think so. I haven't tested or like done both. I expect that there are enough like schools and general scholarships that you could just keep it general. I guess I cut you off. Did you have any other?
He said it's fairly straightforward. You find, I mean, that's how I came across it. After you and I talked about it, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago, you kind of brought it up, and it was just so far off on the horizon because I was focused on building out the site. It's neat. I found the one that kind of rekindled it. I was on Majestic or Ahrefs or something like that, and I was looking at a competitor's website, and I came across some of their backlinks, and I was like, oh yeah, look at this scholarship thing. And then of course you find that page, like you said, can kind of extrapolate out and kind of do deeper dives in all these other sites. It's kind of go down the rabbit hole, but it's really honestly pretty straightforward after you kind of figure out that you want to offer a scholarship. yeah, just kind of go down the list. But
All right, so that's it for scholarship stuff. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you've done one of these campaigns, let me know how it went. Did your rankings actually go up? And what happened? Are you continuing with it or not?